Pavel.
Hello, Monica.
How are you?
No, I'm fine. I think I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about Starless Vagabonds, our first project. So let's start.
Hmm, Yeah, let's start.
Let's start. The game is about a guy is woken up, or a girl who is woken up for a cryo sleep and flying around the graveyard and looking for some scraps and artifacts to pay the debt to his asshole captain. In shortcut, very shortcut, I
If you
think.
haven't played it already,
Yeah.
this is what it's. What is it? What is it about?
Yes, this is generally.
Yeah, but today we're not going to be showing a
Uh,
game. I think
and
today
they,
we're gonna be showing how we are making a small part of the game.
yes, yes, because last time when we were talking, you had to make some changes in our script to another part that will be released in a few months, and you had to put another NPCs there, yeah?
Well, I don't have to do anything actually. I just wanted to do it. No, but yeah, we got a mysterious sponsor, and because of that, we created a new NPC who is going to be shown, but he will not be playing too much part in our game. But we are bound to insert a new character and a character that actually we didn't came up with. Mm, It is someone else's parts of idea, and we're gonna use this occasion to show you our editor and how we are actually making a game.
It has a
And
name, yeah? Scavenger engine.
Scavenger engine, yes. This is
Yes.
something we are trying to create, and it will be free, I think, or as a part of our product creation. I don't know, but everyone will have a chance to use it. I think, and it will be a tool that anyone who wants to will be able to add parts of the story, modify the game, or
Or
create
just create.
a new one from the
Yeah.
scrap. So yeah, and I think we are currently working on online version of this app. I'm working on desktop, a desktop version from the very beginning almost of the existence of this editor, and a lot of things were added to it thanks to that. And that I constantly whined that something does not work or I would need something, and editor and evolved. So
Yeah, because I was looking for something about text-based games when we were when we started doing it, and I found only for browsers. This one only text-based games were only for browsers, not offline. No, you can
no,
play.
no,
No,
there is a
a
lot.
lot, a lot is for browsers. Most of
No,
them.
mm, maybe, but Steam has a lot of text-based games actually. If you take a look there, there is quite some. I think each EO also is a place to find a lot of choose your own adventure or text-based games. Um, so yeah, the desktop is more, I
Yeah.
think. Uh,
On mobile devices, there's not much of them.
Mobile devices are, well, it's the nature of mobile device. You don't always have time. But I was surprised actually that there is also quite a large number of games that are on mobile. My friend is actually kind of a fun. Uh, he kind of likes to play when he goes to work and drives by bus, and he showed me a few of them for Judge Dredd, even for comic books, even for there are some official text-based games. So yeah, there are some. They have funny mechanics. For example, there are dice rolls that you pick up a phone and you shake it, so the dice would roll, or some other kind of funny mechanics. So yeah, there is, but you need to search or the blind searching text-based games is not giving up too many results actually.
That's true.
But there is kind of a growing market of those, and people like
And I'm very glad about
playing them,
it.
actually.
Yeah.
And like I said, and on desktop and on Steam, there's quite a lot, and we have quite a lot of engines actually that are dedicated to that, to text-based games like Inkle, like Twine, um, uh, a lot of them. I don't remember all of them. I tested a few of them. Mm, there are sometimes parts of development projects of someone else's, and mm, I forgot the names. Some of them, but some of them are quite fun. There are even languages, programming languages that are used to write text-based games. You don't you don't have to operate any other programming language because this engine is the programming language in itself, for example. So they are quite funny. There are of course they have different designations, and they can be used on. Well, they are not that versatile as ours is, I think, at least.
So tell me now something more about this new person because I'm really, really
Ah,
curious. Yeah, because I
new
was
person,
reading,
yeah.
yeah, and I don't know what's its future in our game, and I really want to know.
Well, I don't know his future either. I'm kind of struggling.
But
The
it's not
deal,
a
the
one-time
deal,
thing.
the deal is that this character is gonna show. The player will get to know his history, or well, he will encounter some part of this person, like like some recordings, like some equipment, like something like that. But the NPC is not fully well. It's not like he's gonna meet the NPC by himself. But I'm not sure about it. I'm kind of on the verge if he is gonna survive or not. Because for now he's we are only
Now we have
finding
one scene.
tracks
Yes,
what happened to him, right?
I really
And
want
I
to
and I
know.
had and I don't know if he died or not, but I'm trying to figure it out as I'm writing. Uh, anyway, this is a character that is quite funny for me because he serves a lot of purposes suddenly. Uh, I would never write him down. If something did not force me to do it, and I had like few information only about him, that he's gonna have a name Butcher, that he's gonna be a soldier, a good guy. Uh, in Dungeons and Dragons nomenclature, he's chaotic good character, and that he's gonna be a tough guy, right?
Yeah.
So I thought about first that came to my mind was at the Expanse, and one of my favorite characters. I have a problem with names when I'm talking on this stream. I'm not. I'm telling you, Amos.
Amos.
Amos. Yeah, I love Amos. He's a great character, especially in TV series. I don't know. You read or watched Expanse, Monica?
Red.
Read only the first
Yes, the
only
first two parts.
the first two parts. I only
Yeah.
read the first part, and Amos was not there. Well, Amos was there, but his character was like some background character,
Yeah, I don't
walking
remember
around.
him.
Yeah,
And I
and
haven't watched it yet. I want to
uh,
read everything first.
I don't like reading first. Actually, I think that you should always watch movies before you read something about them, because if you read book or comic books, they are always like 10 times better than the adaptation. So it's a waste of time, and you're gonna get spoiled by then. So
Oh, it's old school always. Always first read the book, then watch the movie.
well, I anyway, Amos was cool, and even in the first season of Expanse, that was based. The first season was not even based on an entirety of the first book, Leviathan Wakes. It ended like in the middle of this, and the ending was in the second season. But Amos was already cool, actually. He was tough. He was always on point. He was like, you get to feel that he's gonna be like messing with anyone if the threat will come. So he was a cool character.
He's like
So this is
D'Artagnan.
he's
Yeah,
no,
he's like
he's not like a
D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan. No,
Yeah, he's
no. The
messing
main
with
character,
everyone.
the main character is more like D'Artagnan. He's like Porthos, more like. I think I'm not an expert on Musketeers. I know only about from adaptations different, and the Hollywood adaptations were never good
No,
of,
Alexander
for
Dumas has
Musketeers.
no,
So
no, no. Uh, the adaptation of Dima's books are awful. Everyone, Hrabia Monte Cristo, Count Monte Cristo, and West
oh,
Three
I don't know.
Musketeers. They are
I'm gonna be
completely
defending.
different than the book.
I'm gonna be defending Count Monte Cristo.
No, if you
I
have you read,
I loved the movie. I watched the movie and I loved it.
but
Actually,
if
kind
you
of.
read the book, there's completely different ending.
Uh, Maybe.
Yeah,
So anyway, Grant.
yes, because
The
it's
first
after
thing
the topic.
the first thing that I thought about the Grant was Amos, and then I started to writing some figuring out where to put him. That's when the importance of this character came out. So I have a portion. Our game currently ends like when we enter the Astra frigate to
It's a
explore it.
spoiler alert.
It's a
A
minor.
bit.
We know that there is. If someone played, then we know that this is what is ahead of the player.
Yeah.
So we have like introduction by entering the hangar, and we get the first feel of what's going on. There's like emptiness. Then we go through the first area where I wanted to give some clues about that there's something bad happened, that the people survived, but not for long, that there is only recordings on computers, on decks, and we are moving through the relic that will probably have no one there. And then we enter intersection. And that intersection has right now, as of this point of writing, before I introduced Grant, had absolutely no meaning. That was like now I looked at it and I said, what is it doing here? That does not make sense. Okay, because for now the player character can only move into one section. I have like most, well, like 60% of a second section described, and this intersection was to for the player to move right up and down to explore the ship. But since there is no option, this area is empty. It's flat. It has nothing. Nothing absolutely. I said, well, maybe I will put him here because I need to feel something something interesting for the player to have at this area. So that's where Grant characters started. So I figured it out, and so he cannot be called Butcher because Butcher, it's a nickname, right? You don't have a surname Butcher. So I first figure out why they are calling him that. Well, he cannot be called Butcher because he killed so many people. That would be stupid, right?
Yep.
He should be a good guy, so he's not a killer. Um, so I figured it out. It's the last name. So now I know he's Hispanic, or I think that he's South American. So I searched and Googled what are the meanings of butcher in Spanish, and that's how I knew he was Spanish. So now I had like a basics of character. And I started to introducing him and writing him down. But we cannot. It's an intersection, you know. There's not much about it.
Yeah.
Either it's a dead body or not a dead body. So I decided it's not a dead body.
It's better. There's no conclusion.
So
Yeah.
I
It's
left only a
open.
part of armor of this character, and within it we have a recording, and we can start digging into this recording in order to find information about Grant. And now we are learning uh, who, whom he was. So this was funny because I now had at least something interesting about the intersection, and I realized finally that this place is empty and it serves for now no purpose, and it will be boring for the player if I don't fix it.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. So now I needed to add another functions. So I needed to figure it out what Grant is for, and and the grant started serving me a lot of different purposes actually, which is funny because I had to give a backstory of what's happening on the frigate, what some clues, some foreshadowing of some sorts, and I started writing him, and I'm writing him like a second week, I think. I don't believe that NPC should have been written into 25,000 of 5,000 words, and I have not finished him yet.
I
I
hope
have like
so.
I have like 13 pages of him for now, and I have not finished yet,
I
which
really
is
hope.
weird. And I know that if the when I introduce the another section, there will be there will be another breadcrumbs about the grant. So so that will be even more. But well, player will find out. If he will not want to find out, then it's his choice, of course. That's what is funny about this game and writing it, because I have a chance to introduce a lot of stuff, and if it is boring to the player, he can just skip it.
Yeah, I think that this new character is pretty interesting.
I hope so. At least for me, it is. Okay, so this character will be inserted today into the game, and we will show,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
how we are using the and how our scavenger engine looks like, right?
Yes, exactly. That was what we were talking about earlier, because we really, really want to show you
Okay.
this tool.
Who? Me? I already seen it.
Everyone,
What everyone?
everyone.
Everyone? No, I
I
don't
want
think that
everyone to see it.
everyone won't see it.
Everyone who's here.
There are pilots in the air. We don't want them to be distracted by our games.
You think?
Yeah. Okay. So what?
So let's get to the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to share screen. Yep. Yep. And this is it.
Yes. I'll be a bit quiet for a while because Pavel will going to talk a lot, a lot, and a
You don't
lot.
have to. You don't have to be quiet. Actually, I'm not
I
going to
try
be
to
that.
interrupt. I will try. I promise. I really want to try to interrupt
You
you.
can ask 1,000 questions if you want to.
I really want.
Okay. Is it visible?
Uh,
Looking? I don't know. Yay! I think it is.
yep.
Okay, so yeah, this is it. Okay, thank you. Good night. Now,
Come on. No.
okay, this
Let's
is
get to
our
it.
editor,
Let's get
and
to it.
our editor is
It's like a big tree.
no, it's not a big tree. It's an editor. It's a
No. It's
lot
full of
software.
squares and arrows.
Well, that's what most actually game engines looks like. Monica, this is normal,
This
and
was
this
my
is
first one.
okay. Well, that's the thing about it, that the games are usually nodes, options, and another nodes, and this is what our boxes here represent. Actually, nodes that represent the portion of the text. Then there are this is the starting um, node of the scene. This is the green ones are the options presented to the player, and the white ones are the ones that are the paragraphs, the text of the game, and those yellow ones are the exits from the scenes. Because what we have, for example, for one thing that other engines don't have a funny division of the entire game, because we have scenes, and that is pretty much different from a lot of text game editors. They don't have it. Twine doesn't have it, and what you get is that if you want to create one game, you have like enormous tree of nodes. It doesn't matter if they are big, if they are small. It just grows and grows and grows chaotically. I've tried to build a game like 2 times in Twine, and you start drawing the tree, and you start like in horizontal, and it grows, it grows, it grows, it grows, it grows. Then you go like, maybe I'm gonna mm, try to go downwards and do vertical trees for different choices, and then it's starting to look like a mess. The scenes are quite nice. They give us a lot of flexibility of changes of skipping between them, and we can divide our project like in Photoshop. You have layers. This is kind of a similar when creating story. We have like small portions that are connected whichever way we like, and for this we have no yellow nodes that allow us to jump through different scenes.
Okay, I
Um,
have to tell you, when I saw this thing, this engine, for the first time, it was like looking in the board of some detective who's looking for some net of bad guys, and there's a lot of pictures, red.
The whiteboard, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exactly
a
look
lot of
like this.
stories are
Yes,
generally the
and everything
whiteboard
is
is,
linked together.
yes, whiteboard is very useful
Yes,
in
it was
creating
my
stories.
first thought when I saw this.
Yeah, but most of those engines are similar, but they are much more messy if you start to build an entire game of different choices, and the more choices you have, the it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And in our engine, we have like those scenes, right? And Grant is will be placed in one of such scenes that later on I have the whole list of different scenes. I can mark them as not parsed because we can parse the game and test it, or even create a release. But we can mark scenes that will not be parsed, and the game closes without them, which is quite nice. It allows me to keep on working while still producing updates for the Google Play Shop. Okay, so we have like the scene that starts exploration, right? I spoiled about it that it's an introductory scene when you go and there's only darkness in you. Then there is another section that you can explore and finally have some simple clues. And then you have like exploration. This is an intersection. I know it's written in Polish because I write titles in my language.
Yes, we are from
And
Poland, so
Grant is
it's
also
obvious.
another. Grant is also another funny thing is that it's an experiment for my part because this is the first portion of the game that I'm writing in English because the translation process is kind of a painful
Yeah,
for us, and it consumes a lot of time. So it will be much faster for us to translate from English into Polish than it is from Polish to English.
faster and
So
easier, much easier.
I'm going to test if I can write well enough in English, and if it will make sense, and if I produce a smaller number of mistakes. Okay, so this is a tree, not a very big one because there are only 24 nodes in this scene. This is the number of nodes that we have for each scene. As you can see, the entire project for now, there are a lot of junk scenes in my project also. So there is 111 for now. We have a name. We can give it any name that we want. And we also have a different information header that will be displayed actually for the player, where how the area is called or where he just entered. We can differentiate what music will be played when a character enters there, and there are statistics for this scene. For example, we can check a lot of information of what was made. There's a small graph problem. The arrows are misplaced from those nodes funny in a funny way.
You haven't
Mhm.
lost yourself in it?
Have you talked to me? Of course, I lost myself. I, when I talk to people, I think about nodes. What choices do
I
I
don't
have?
blame you. I don't really don't blame you.
No, I don't. I don't lost myself. It's quite
It's
easy.
madness.
It,
No, sorry,
it's
this is
it's
Sparta.
it's madness when you go back and you have to check everything out and find something specific in this tree, and you don't know where to look. But actually, that's how we came out with few features. As you can see, the only barely see probably. Here is the list of every node with the label. Okay, this is a label, and you can filter them by labels, by type, or by ID. And we also later on we introduced the entire list for the given scene, and we have a lot of information. We can see the text in of each node that has inside of them. We can hmm, we can choose different, of course, types of nodes that will be displayed. This is a paragraph, the white ones that are mainly contain a text of the game, which is the main bulk of the game, right? And we have like information from where you can get into this node and where he goes, right? What are the exits from this paragraph, and a lot of information. So we figure it out the ways to navigate through the trees of choices and text, which is also another great feature. You don't have that in everything, you know. I know the guys think about implementing it for the to use in oh my god, Unity, that you will be able to transfer information from here to Unity. And I actually, like, I don't know, yesterday, I think yesterday I was watching the presentation. The guys also had a similar idea. They created games in their own engine. I'm checking how it's called to refer to. Oh God. And they did the same thing, you know. They decided to pull it out of the game, to make the engine outside and to present it for everyone to use. Oh God, what is it called? Something about spinning. Oh God. No, no, it's not matter. Okay, it doesn't matter how it's called. I am like, I'm quite good with names, you know, and I kind of remember a lot of them. And today, I usually when I'm now talking, I forget names, how what software, how is it called, and crap.
Come on, you don't need to remember everything. You can't.
Oh, I should.
It's simply
Okay.
impossible
Okay.
for normal
But
human
but
beings.
they have like programming language. They writing game is like programming language, and they don't have like such cool features. They escaped from the nodes. They wanted to escape from the nodes, and thought about it and said, well, that's not exactly uh, wise. But they had the same idea that I think our programmist Łukasz had, because our engine actually allows. Well, you don't have to know any programming, actually, because I don't code anything in here, and I'm making the entirety of almost of the game. Like I
This is
can
only the text, nothing else.
I write I write the text, and then I go and I have
I
like
meant the engine. Here, if you got the engine for yourself, yes, it's prepared, it's everything great, and you
mhm,
just put the text in
yeah,
and
but no, but you
arrows
can
and
no, not exactly,
squares
because
and hours.
no, Monica. The idea is that you have to track a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
And you have to create a lot of data, like objects, like their properties, like their values, and everything. And this is in our engine. You don't have. if you have, for example, Twine, you have to code. You have to create a portions of the code to track this,
I have to disappear
and
for 1 minute. I'll be back.
you have to write everything. And we don't have to. We have everything prepared inside of our engine, and we can absolutely know nothing about programming. Okay, so we are here. This is. Let's get back to the topic. We are here in this
I'm
intersection
really sorry. I'm back.
that you are. You know, you can like mute yourself and then go away instead of just.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I can see you are new to this. Not
I really am.
the experience like I am. You know, it's my second movie.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay. You where this grant begins with? Okay. Let me see. You arrive at the intersection. Okay. No, at the very beginning. Hello. Show me the money. Okay. We don't have a translation here at all. We have like for each node we have for now we can make it for any number. We have a option for Polish language and English language, uh, but in order to for the spell checker to work, we need to change it in options. I will not be doing that, so everything will be underlined because it is not because the Polish dictionary is currently working. But it's another fine feature of our engine. It has dictionaries built attached to them. This is we didn't write those, of course, dictionaries, but we have them. Okay. So I usually write outside of the editor because from the old times when this was not that easy, I usually tend to write outside and then build the game, the construction uh, in editor. But it is fully possible to write in editor, as you can see. See, everything is underlined because Polish dictionary is checking everything. Now we have like statistics. We have 84 words for this paragraph and 482 characters. And this is not meaningless because this is, again, we introduced that because we knew that we will want to write this game for mobile devices. And you cannot see a wall of text that you will be scrolling with your finger. So we compressed everything and we set ourselves boundaries for each paragraph that will be 550 characters. And at maximum. Of course, I'm sometimes breaking this rule, but I'm trying not to. So if this number is okay, it stays black. If not, it will change color to red that I over reached and I wrote too many words, which is also quite fun because when you write, you want to be lean in your writing and try to, shorten everything to uh, throw out words that are useless and are not needed in any paragraph. And that's what this is quite useful. If you write too long, it's boring. So building this was quite fun. Okay. Yes, and this is like okay. No, this is Now I inserted it in the
What-
wrong place. Okay, this is a
What's going on?
first node. The player is okay. This is a first node. In the first node of the scene, which means that's what begins the scene. Each some scene chain will lead to this paragraph. This is the description. The player is flying through a short tunnel that leads to the intersection. He just confirms it, and now he gets the um, first impression, first information about it. And this is the first information. I will enter here, and now our player, as you can see, I don't know if you can read this, but this is a place where there's a big door, like have two wings. Um, there's an elevator that is not working. There is a staircase and a small bulkhead that cannot be opened because it is damaged. Yeah, and he's looking around. And now at the end, this is a change from what it was. This is what it was. He could only go through one of those doors and to check others and to talk for a while with Kim or Mac. But that was it. That's what was there to do. And now he sees at the end of it that there is someone standing at the wall. You know, like in a creepy way, a Blair Witch Project type. You
Yeah.
know, someone is standing. And now we're gonna add an option. Okay,
Is that
I
fragrance? Something
wrote
standing.
two different options. Okay, so that the player is of course reacting with producing his own gun and aiming at this stranger, and just being surprised, just staying cool, just stepping away and making sure of who this person is. Uh, yeah. So this is a choice node. I'm right clicking on the screen, create node, and I'm using the list of come back. Okay, and I'm using the list of available nodes. Simple paragraph, the white one with text. Simple option, the green one with every decision that you make. Most of decisions are simple options here. Other ones are border options. This means the yellow ones that will lead you out of the scene. Border paragraph. This means that it also is connected it is connected to some border option somewhere else, and those are tests. Okay, those are options for tests. But today there will be no test for now. So I'm creating two simple options because this is how many the player will have now. Okay, one of them is drawing the gun and shooting at the stranger. So I first this window here that I inserted this title. This is a label, and by label you can also search the lists and for what is in this in a given paragraph in a given node, and this is what player will see inside the game. Okay, so this is drawing the gun, and this is checking whom that person is. If you're watching us, you know that I spoiled it for you. This is Grand Matar. Call it the Butcher. Okay, so we have now created two options. There's no much. The difference between those two for now are insubstantial. There's none almost, except for a description. Okay, but it will have difference later on. I think you will use a little bit of resources when you draw the gun, if you are not lucky, and in here you will not. Simple. Okay, so now we need to connect this to the paragraph that we have. This is the paragraph that I first introduced about this person. So now I can. So now I will, of course, will draw this line into the choices that are currently available. We hide the text. The chosen node is marked by dashed lines, and as you can see, every connection leading out of it and into it is marked by red. So this is another tool that we needed to introduce for our exploration and finding what is in those scenes, especially when they are large, like finding everything.
It's too much choices.
Oh, so here I connected this to this choice.
It's too
And
much
connected
choices.
this.
It's really too much.
No, it's not. Some are optional. For example, this is look. This is empty, not parsed. So this option does not exist because this is you go upstairs. And like I told you, upstairs don't exist right now.
Yeah.
The same thing is about going down. Okay, that is not. There is no. Okay, so this is a simple exploration, and actually for a game of choice, it's not like too much, and those choices are not. Those choices are just navigation, right? Those are not choices that make a story. You go there, you go there.
Yeah, in the story, when you
Okay.
play the game, it's much easier because you don't see this huge tree of squares and arrows.
I need to check if you can see me at all, because the sun suddenly disappeared, and I'm just a shadow.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to lights. Turn on the lights because it's so dark.
Bit dark. Still dark. So we're waiting for Pavel to come back. I think he's gonna be much more illuminated when he's going to be back. So as you can see, this whole tree is enormous. Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not a big room, I didn't have to like.
You are illuminated.
Yes, it was a simple choice, one tick. I just clicked it. There was light.
Yeah.
But what was not there is our director, who is watching us, should tell me that. Okay, so we have like option A, option 2, inserted. Okay, so now we are okay. So this is like you draw a gun. For me, this is too simple. Okay, you draw a gun and what? You point at him. This is boring. So we're gonna check. So I'm gonna check. This is the part I told you about. I don't have to program anything. I don't have to go and code nothing. In different engines, you would have to like go and start writing some kind of a check if this is equal b, then do this. That's what you would have to do in a Twine, for example. In here we have like requirements, stats rule, what he's aiming. So if he's aiming, I'm going to give a requirement of ranged combat because he drew a gun. And let's see if his ranged combat. Wait. Range combat. But for this example, for example, range combat is more or equal than 13. Ta-dam! I did a requirement. this option will only be available if this requirement is fulfilled. And I shit you not, if you go to any other engine, you will have to spend like 5 minutes doing it.
Okay.
But for our game, I said this is a skill actually, and I don't base requirements of nodes based on skills. Skills are used only for tests, not for checking the if you are able to do something or to pull out some simple actions. So in this actually type of checking, I would do like check if general combat skill is more than 13. And I want to check it if the character is cool enough not to pull the trigger on anything that scares him. That was my idea. So now I have a option 1. So now, because this is this has one requirement, I will create another one, but I don't have to create it from zero. This is the same text, the same, everything inside of it will be the same except the requirement. So I will copy it. I will just make a copy of exactly the same copy of this node. This is the exactly same one. I have a paragraph, I have the same text in English, and I have the same requirement, but I don't want it. So now I will gonna do this for if he has less than this, and he has less or equal than 12. Right? Now, I should draw the line like I did in the previous choices, but I don't have to also. I can make a node action and edit the connections, which means I will just tell the game what node is connected to which one. So again, use wait. Why are you not? Okay. Yeah. So you ask how I'm not confused what is where. Well, I can, for example, do this, and now I know I'm changing the node connections, which means those lines that are drawn and they mark which node is connected to which one. I have like this is you can only see this option in ID3 node, okay? Because every node has its own unique ID. So what I need to do is to do the same for this one, give him the same connection. So I'm editing the connection. I will choose the one. There is IDs of those of each node and its label that you can mark whatever way you like. And I'm pressing execute, and here I go. And again, I have everything done. No coding, no programming. Everything is cool. Okay, so each of those will lead to some outcome. Outcomes are presented in paragraphs. This is the description, so I'm creating a simple paragraph. Hello, I'm creating a simple paragraph. I'm creating another one for the
For me, it's
second
still
instance,
a black magic.
and the next one. Okay, I'm creating connections between them. Hey, hello, let's go. Hip and hip. Right? So now I have a connection. So this means this option will be only visible if you have like the combat, which means the hand-to-hand combat and range combat. Their bonuses added together will produce more than 13, which means you need to be quite proficient in weapons. And in this case, this option will be available in any other case if you don't have that much. So this will lead to this text, and this will lead to this text. Okay. So I have like yes, I'm making my noises of copying. Wait. This is Polish, English. Here we
You
go.
should use your voice as a soundtrack for this engine.
If that would be a funny game, that would be
Yep,
quite cool.
yep, it would be. I
Okay.
think so.
So now I added the label again. I don't have a system for labels. I should, but I'm not that professional, so I don't have like a system for creating mm, meaningful and easy to find labels. But I'm just describing usually what will happen in this what happens in a given paragraph. Okay, so this is low firearms, and I made a mistake. Okay,
Okay,
delayed.
so
So first, I thought about what will happen if you will do if you fail about something. That means something. Okay. Oh, and I even have a small description. Gain experience from it. So as you can see, this is not that funny actually, because I hate empty choices. Choices must do something. It doesn't matter
yeah,
if the player knows about it. I know about it. That the consequences of each test are different. Okay, so he fails here because he doesn't have enough of experience of handling with guns and combat. But in exchange, he will gain some experience. Okay, so now I'm going to do changes. I have in all option nodes, we can introduce changes to the state of characters. And again, we are adding stats rule, and this is, I think, other improvement points equal 1, and I'm giving a player a 1 improvement points because he got scared, he could not control his gun, he fires at the absolutely empty armor that was just floating by the wall because he got scared. But in return, he gains experience, right?
yep.
And if you have like um,
Hey, last time
okay,
I told you this is like black magic. Someone else told us that black magic is easier.
I don't think so. But this is not a tutorial about our
And much
editor.
more
It's on the
easier.
presentation.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have at least no, at least average. Okay, so now the guy, our character is now just breathing. He stops himself from shooting the empty armor. So, for example, he will be okay. He does not get an experience point, but our guy shot. Okay, so if he shot, that should hello, editor here.
Yeah. Is it working?
Oh, yes. Okay. See, sometimes, well, we are streaming and
Yeah.
it's working, so he's like
It
taking
needs
a
some
little
time.
longer. Okay. So I introduce a change that I will give a player a +1 improvement point, which is quite fine. I can do a lot. Okay, minus, I can do a minus that will be between, so this will be a random number, a lot of different things, but because he shot, he should pay for it. So if that's the rule, I'm gonna take a little bit of his resources, which are supplies. Okay, he has he only can have an energy gun that needs to be supplied by your generator, so he loses for that like 1% of his generator because he shot. So there's a reward, there's a penalty, there's a description, okay? And it was again that easy without any any programming. So yeah, it's
And
like that. Okay, and there is of course another. Well, we can go on and go on, right? Right. This is how everything is created
works. And
in our editor, and this is how we are
do you
going
have the
through it.
possibility how it works in the game?
Uh, yeah, I think I have. Wait, I need to figure it out. If I'm gonna do this, I need to go and use my amazing invention I call tester.
Yeah, because we did it on in the engine. We saw how it works in the engine, but how it works in the game,
Okay,
it's
okay.
the most important part, I think. Because
No,
okay,
no, not for me.
not
I don't
yeah,
care how it works in the game.
yeah. You are Greenpeace. You are making trees. Yeah.
Here. Okay. Wait. Don't distract me.
Why?
Trying to find the
Why?
information. Okay. So in the first, it's kind of not, but I will explain this. Okay. So this is a first node of the scene, right? And in the first tab called basics, we have like scene chain. This is a scene chain which will tell us what other node leads to this one. Okay, so we can make different connections, whatever we want, right? And I will use mm, my fictional my testing scene to create quickly all the necessary changes for our character to skip to the scene and to enter this
I
to
know that you
enter
like
the
this
intersection.
squares, these
I'm
arrows.
saving. This is how long it takes to save. Saving is quite fast, but now I'm going to parse the data. Parsing in
Yeah.
process. If you can see, of course, I'm not sure if it is fully visible on the
Yeah.
stream. Okay,
Yes, it
parsed.
is.
Okay, and now I can check it out in the game. So now I'm gonna do change what I'm streaming.
Yeah, change it, change it.
Here I go.
This is
And
Polish
now
information about our
game.
NPCs. Awesome, Jaeger.
Wait. Moment.
Yeah,
I need to restart the game up
you do
because
that.
after parsing,
I talk about something about our characters that appears on the screen. It's Mark White
it's not here.
and Astra. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
This is Polish data about Mac.
Okay, this is a game screen now. This is, of course, the
It's not
desktop
too.
testing
Yeah,
developer.
Mac Manus. I don't like him. Okay, now we have a
Developer.
game. Yeah.
Okay, the developer. Uh, I'm only checking English. Okay, it's English. Back. Oh no, crap. Okay, I messed something up. What did I mess? Why? What?
It doesn't look like this
No.
normally. Oh, Kimwoo, she's red hat.
Oh, crap. I don't know why this doesn't work.
What
No, I'm
happened?
not going
Oh,
to show you how this actually work in the game. Don't know
oh.
why it doesn't parse.
Can you
Why
show
my
me next
tester is
time?
not parsing? I think it's a English problem. So wait, this. Why parse data? I'm gonna try once more. Parse.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
small
common
techniques
data.
problem are common. Come on, nothing wrong is going on.
Okay, once again,
We need to
run
do those in
game.
English because we have these wallpapers and basic data of our characters, we should do it in English to for our stream.
Okay.
McManus with his Bluetooth.
Okay. Video. No, it
Yep.
won't. I don't know why.
I can see
No,
you.
I'm not going to show because this is like I'm gonna click through it and no, it's not. No, I'm not going to show how this works because somehow it doesn't pass right. I don't know why. I cannot jump through it. Sometimes I have problems with that. I don't know,
Yeah,
some
that
kind of a
happens.
version problem. Why?
Shit
What?
happens. Come on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not this window. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I think it's because I don't. My tester scene is not in English actually, and it has some problems with displaying when there is no English version of most of the nodes. So this is the problem. Mm, it works fine. This is how our in general. This is how our scavenger engine works, and
And
what
if
it has
someone
to offer
wants,
actually.
yeah, and if someone wants to know how it looks in the game, you can check it by yourself on
Uh,
Google Play.
yeah, we hope so.
Yep,
Go and
we
check it.
really hope so.
Yeah, yeah, but
Especially if
this is
someone looks good science fiction because it's really good written. Thanks to you.
yeah, and this is we are going to have like the engine ready for I think rollout when the second part will be mm, added to the game. I think it's the time when we also will be making available this engine for the people
Yeah,
to make their own adventures if they want. And probably then I will create actually guides for how to do things in it, at least basics and basic tutorials at least. I think we are working also on documentation. We have like no bits and pieces of this already, but not fully described. And there's a lot of course nuances, but you can do a really lot of things without any programming. And
yeah.
I don't know how much to underline this actual information. But
It's pretty good because
if you are interested in gaming game engines, you know that what all of them almost always mean.
it's for people like me. I'm not a game developer.
Well, you
I'm not a
like
programmist.
10 minutes earlier you said it's like black magic, so I'm not sure if it is for you. But
For people like me, not me.
no, they cannot
Exactly.
look at this engine and think, oh, well, this is black magic. No.
No, it's not. It's a whiteboard of a mad detective searching for a mafia net.
Well, actually, most writing tools are whiteboards. Even there's I told you once
Those
about it.
arrows
There's a
should be
there
red.
is a
Those arrows should be red. I'm telling
there
you.
is a technique the whole system of creating screenplays in Hollywood that is based on again creating such yellow stick notes and putting it on the board and then reshuffling it, and you have to create it in a perfect combination. It is save the cat technique, and it's also whiteboard with arrows with labels and different I- uh, ideas that make the scene before you even start writing the screenplay. So, and this engine can be also used for that if you want to. That's how cool it is, actually.
Yeah. And I want to
So,
learn more
yeah,
about it. So
I don't
next
have
time. I
Yeah,
hope you
maybe
show me
next.
much more about the engine
Uh,
because I want to learn. I'm not so
I hope
stupid.
so.
I'm pretty smart, and I really want to learn. So it won't be a black magic.
You called it black magic, so it's upon
It's not a
it's your
medieval
fault.
age, so it don't has to.
Were there any questions somewhere? Somehow it's I don't see
Me too.
any comments, anything, so I don't know why I'm not seeing any comments.
Pass or play.
Probably no one. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Rachel 01 says installs and checks if it will be easier to cast spells or play.
see.
Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, for me, it's everything I had for today. I know we talk a lot about Grant, and I didn't even have the chance to start inserting everything
Proper
inside the engine.
engine
Yeah, that
presentation. We'll do it next
it
time,
was
I
a
think.
proper. You think it was improper?
I think it was only a bit of its possibilities.
Hmm. Yeah, no, maybe
Yeah,
another time.
I think you could talk about it till midnight and even more.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This is what I'm dealing with, like for
So
4 years. So yeah, I know it.
next time we'll talk about it much more. We focus on the engine because I also want to learn about it.
Okay.
It's a very practical tool, like you said. So if there's no questions more, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit our page. And for today, I think that will be all. We have
You
something more
can
to that.
no. You can if you want to know anything about the editor. You can also in comments leave some questions.
Of
We
course.
sooner or later we're going to find it, and we're gonna answer it. So
And you can
maybe
ask
that.
everything on Discord also.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're always online.
yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So
So
see you next time
okay.
and have a nice evening.
Bye.
Bye.